All right, to start off this video, we're going to be doing chestnut oak, swamp chestnut oak, and chinkapin oak. So to get it started, chestnut versus swamp. Swamp chestnut has noticeably soft underside, hairy underside, while normal mountain chestnut, Montana, does not have any hairs. Softer, not softer, but not as hard tips on the edges. It's called a callus tip for the swamp chestnut. Doesn't come to a full point like a chinkapin. You can see it in his, I can see a little bit of that. If you look at the very tip, you see how that comes to an actual point where the vein ends. That's hard and actual pointy. So that's how you can tell the chinkapin apart from these other two, is it comes to a full point. And if you rub over it, you really can tell it's got a point to it. Where on the swamp chestnut, it's just slightly harder than the normal chestnut. And I would say the real distinct difference is that soft underside, hairy underside of swamp chestnut versus mountain chestnut. Let's see what else I was going to say. We'll look at the buds, because that's also useful. So these ones are kind of the in-between stage when you look at the slides. So the ones on the sides are really small, and then there's ones that are really big. This ones are almost at that full pointy bud shape. Light brown. I think this one looks the most like a rattlesnake bud to me. In his slides he says the chinkapin bud is striped, and you can kind of see it. It's just darker, just a darker bud. White pubescence, and really no pubescence on the mountain. But that's if you're having to go off of the buds. Leaves make it really easy. That point on the leaf is the real difference between chinkapin and mountain and swamp chestnut. Swamp chestnut buds, I think, are the prettiest of the three. Light brown does not look like that rattlesnake striped bud of either the other two. But if you can get a hold of a leaf, that pubescence is the real giveaway on the underside of the leaf. And I think, as we can see here, there's really no pubescence on the mountain chestnut, which is what's in the frame right now, and the swamp. But that chinkapin definitely has some of that white pubescence in those stripes. Just looking at the stem here too, since these are going to look so similar in the winter. White lenticels, I think is what this calls, little gas stain points. White lenticels, but green stem on the swamp chestnut. Green, that newish growth, and then gray, where the chinkapin's kind of that reddish brown, and then mountain is reddish brown with the white lenticels, but a little bit green. It's kind of in between all three of those. Green, with the red brown. But yeah, if you can go off those buds, chinkapin has very distinct white pubescence on it. And then swamp, one last time, really does not have that rattlesnake striped bud like the others. See some other bud points on here. Look at how striped that is. You can really see it on the mountain and chinkapin. Chinkapin just has darker overall bud with the white pubescence versus the mountain with almost no pubescence and lighter brown. All right, thanks.